Bakr.
Raza.
Raza.
Oh, you guys are speaking. I'm right here.
That's your downfall, right there.
I would like to call upon Abu Bakr. If you could come and recite a few verses from the Holy Quran, and we'll get everything started.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا بني إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وأوفوا بعهدي بعهدكم وإياي فارهبون وآمنوا بما أنزلت مصدق لما معكم ولا تكونوا أول كافر به ولا تشتروا بآياتي ثمنا قليلا وإياي فاتقون ولا تلبسوا الحق بالباطل وتكتموا الحق وأنتم تعلمون وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة واركعوا مع الراكعين أتأمرون الناس بالبر وتنسون أنفسكم وأنتم تتلون الكتاب أفلا تعقلون واستعينوا بالصبر والصلاة وإنها لكبيرة إلا على الخاشعين الذين يظنون أنهم ملاقو ربهم وأنهم إليه راجعون. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you. I was told to invite just 2 more people here. We have to make some room. It's getting longer and longer here. Okay. I would just like to acknowledge 2 more people here. We have Abu Bakr here, who just came in. He's running from Vancouver as a counselor. So best of luck. And he's a young guy, very dedicated. So would you please like to stand up and or wave your hand, who you are?
You guys don't see him.
He's tall enough so everyone can see him. Another person I would like to acknowledge is Raza Mirza. So he's also running from Vancouver as a counselor.
All right.
He's running from Vancouver?
From Vancouver, yeah. So we'll start the program.
Excuse me, Adil, sir, what's his name? Huh? Jagdish. He is also running for council from Surrey. From Surrey.
What's his name?
Mr. Jagdish.
Mr. Jagdish.
Jagdish. One more announcement. Mr. Jagdish is also running from.
Kuldeep.
I beg your pardon.
Okay. Mr. Kuldeep is also running from Surrey as a counselor. We wish you all the best. And okay, so we'll start the program. So the title is Fostering Talent and Developing Emerging Leaders. So as you know, there's a lot of Pakistani community here. 20 years back, there was probably few Pakistani community here, but now it has grown a lot. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm expecting it to be anywhere between 10 and 15,000. It could be more, it could be 20, it could be 25. But last Pakistan Festival we had on the 8th of July, and I have seen a tremendous amount of Pakistanis there. So I am projecting it to be in thousands. So anywhere, if you have that many people, you need more leaders. We want
Sorry to interrupt. Speak louder.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Pussy cat, I can hear that.
Where's Uncle Abab Nani? Tempo ही मेरा तोड़ दिया।
Go ahead.
So, okay, so obviously if there's a lot of Pakistani community here, we need more people to represent us politically in different organizations, in sports, and in different fields of, fields of life. So that's why we have all the panel here, so they can assist you, they can guide you, they can tell you where to go. We have mentors from different walks of life, political, social, economical. So the whole purpose was to bring in people from our community who can be helpful for our youth, for people that are opening their business, for people that need social help. So it's a great initiative. Please let your friends and family know about this. This is our first initiative. Today is the first day, and we would like it to grow. Today we have 40-50 people. Next meeting we would like it to be, in 300-400 people. So we need your help. We want everyone to be engaged in this process, and all the panelists, they're very sincere to our community. That's why they're here. They have taken their time off. They could be, spending time with their family or friends, or could be anything. So, but they're here supporting you, helping you. So it's a good thing that everyone is, trying to be a part of it. So let's just continue this. I would like to start. So the first person, the panelist is Zirar Uncle, Zirar Butt. So his topic is taking stock of current communal landscape, root cause of major issues in the community, and creating our own lobby. And this will be a very interesting topic, and Zirar Uncle is known to be very vocal in the community in a very positive way. So I'll give the mic to Zirar Uncle to start on this topic.
Thank you very much for the introduction.
Can you speak? Yeah.
Yeah, sir, could you hear me?
No, you need to turn it off, please. To start speaking.
Thank you very much for giving me a chance to speak to audience and celebrities and even athletes like Abu Bakr. Actually, my special thanks and credit goes to this young lady sitting on my right hand. She dragged us from the ear. She woke us up, and all of a sudden, I'm amongst all those good many people. I wish my wife be here. She would know how impressive I am, man. No, just kidding.
It's being recorded, sir.
Last time, everybody knew that Prime Minister of Canada, Mr. Trudeau, went to India with a tour. We did not have too much of a representation in there. We always lag behind in those things because we are not there. I don't want to be negative, but I like to be very fair. Thanks to Mr. Harper, he rattled our chain by going against niqab and hijab. And we woke up a little bit and look at the results in Parliament. Hope to God we see the same thing happening here. I see different places. You go to City Hall, our people are nowhere to be seen in there. MP's office, we don't have any representation there. We can blame them that they don't hire kids or people, but do we volunteer enough in there? No. Personally, I am guilty of that infraction myself. There are lots of, I shouldn't say illegitimate, but there are lots of organizations, they are openly against Quran and Bible, but we don't dare say anything against them because they have a strong lobby. We don't have that. My suggestion is that we should get involved. If we are not king, we could be kingmakers, and we have proven that in Surrey area. Last time, I was told they had over 12,000 votes at membership in the Liberal Party. How many do we have? How many we spend money out of our own pocket? I have seen it myself. We made the membership, people still didn't go to vote for it. Our goal is to get out, vote, stand up, be counted. That's how you're going to have representation. That's how we'll be there. PICIC is right in front of you. With the exception of Waqar Jan, I don't know if anybody else is involved with that, not very many people. I'll give you an example of a young man, just like our own son. He worked hard with the Liberals. I have seen him folding the chairs before the meeting, cleaning after the meeting, doing all kinds of funding, begging people to vote for it, and finally he made it. Now we can proudly say that he is a personal friend of Prime Minister of Canada. And of course I'm referring to our own son, Bilal Cheema. All I'm saying is that hard work pays off, and as they say, I'm sure everybody aware, that luck seems to follow hardworking people all the time. I mean, we are the only nation, we leave everything on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, mashallah, Allahu Akbar. That doesn't work alone. You have to work hard, get together, spend money. If you don't have money, spend time. Volunteer the time. Center next, this is our second generation. We have youngsters like Mr. Mirza. He's convener of the party. I couldn't have done it myself. He has done it. Let's get behind him. We have Abu Bakr. We have people like Kamran in Parliament. You know, I'm sure 100% of the majority was not behind Bilal Cheema. Some people are with him. He made it, inshallah. You watch. We are here. He'll be somebody one day. Because he believes in working hard. I always suggest my people, get out and vote. I don't care which party. Stand up and be counted. Big example of our Sikh brethren. Look where they are. We are starting to get some representation in Parliament, but we like to see it here too. I like to see more involvement. I like to see more fundraisers. I like to see our people, youngsters especially, because this is your time to take over. There's a big generation gap. I heard people saying that you people are running out of ideas. Yeah, sure. Show us. Come in. You know, we have a gentleman, Mr. Asad Shah, a very reputable person. Asad Sayyid Saab, a real gentleman. He took up the flag. I cannot say one thing bad against him. Never heard anything. Even his wife talks good about him. What more do you want?
That's the most common joke. Thank you, Varsam. Thank you.
So, joke aside, I'm saying we have a gentleman there. Let's get behind him. He has a tough task ahead of him. Individually, nobody can do anything. It's a teamwork. Everybody has to get together. Monetarily, time-wise, duaing. He needs all the help he can get. Hope to God we can accomplish something. It's always a start. And I'm just threatened that my plug will be taken off if I don't shut up. So thank you very much for listening to me. Jazakallah.
Thank you very much, Dirar Uncle. Always a pleasure listening to you, and we admire your wisdom. The next person to speak is Mavish Yusuf, and her topic is nurturing a culture of awareness, engagement, and action. She's creating a network of mentors and volunteers, workshops on personal and business skill development, and peer mentorship. So Mavish, I'll give the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Adil. Thank you so much, Adil.
Should touch it.
Thank you everyone for coming over. I really appreciate you guys taking your time off and supporting Wilson. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedule and coming over. And I also appreciate everybody here as well for dedicating their time, energies, and supporting all of this work. My vision was to create a network of mentors, the senior people in our community, bring them together and help our youth or emerging leaders who want to get into, like Adil has already explained, get into politics, start enterprises.
Bring it closer to you.
27.
Sorry. So this is just the first time, and I think we are going to evolve and grow. And am I not close enough?
No, you're not. Hold it. 80.
Oh,
That's good. That's good.
I see amazing people here who can be our next leaders, and I am so lucky that I am around a senior member in the community where I am also learning and getting guidance from them. I feel that I'm also very close to the youth in the community because sometimes I act like a young kid as well, and then I know the apps and all the technology that they use. My background is in IT, so I'm kind of like in the middle of youth and the senior people, and I feel like I can help connect youth with the senior community, and because there's a generation gap, and I feel like I'm in the middle of that generation gap. So I also have a nonprofit called Chingari, and it is also called Spark Community Services. So what I have been working with women and immigrants in the community, and I'm providing resources, connecting them with the resources that are already available in the community. I'm working with PIGS, Mosaic, other immigrant organizations, diversity, etc., etc. And if somebody is looking for a resource, I try to explain them what the eligibility criteria is for a resource, whether it's job related, whether it's any help, a transition from another country, or any type of help that they need if they're an immigrant or if they are trying to get a job or start a new business. My background is also in business management, so I've been providing project management services, quality assurance services, and business management services to corporations. So I feel I was an immigrant myself, and I came 25 years ago. I went through a lot of struggles as a single mother and as an immigrant, and I feel that I can impart and give back all that things I learned through struggles. I can give back to the community with the help of the mentors that are around me, because there's a lot of things that I'm learning even at this stage. One is public speaking. I haven't done much public speaking, so this is where things are at. So I ask all of you to support as mentors, volunteers. We can all be mentors, and we can all be volunteers, and we all know different resources. So I think all we have to do is come together and help each other out, because I feel that God has given all of us an ability to help, even starting from the age 1, 12 months of kid wants to help somebody who's younger than him, or if a baby is crying, a 1-year-old would want to go and feed the kid. So we are adults, we still have that feeling to help others, and we can use that skill. So that's about it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mavish. And I have also noticed Mavish is the only female sitting in the panel. So I would like to encourage more females. Next time we meet, we would like to see more females on this side and on this side here. So, but thank you. So the next person I would like to introduce is my personal favorite, Bilal Chima. A lot of respect for him. We are very good friends, and we help each other. And he's like a big brother to me, and I have learned a lot of things from him. So, and I will keep on learning. He is an asset to our community, and I think that should be enough for that, right?
Oh man. Show us your charisma, man.
Assalamualaikum. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just before I get started, I want to thank Sister Mavish. We may not have more than Sister Mavish on the panel here, but if it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't have this event. So that's the power of one person and the power of conviction and determination and seeing things through. So I want to thank her, but I also want to thank all the rest of them, the panel members, for being here and sharing their wisdom and their years of experience here. And I also want to thank Adil for stepping up and taking on the role of a moderator at the last second. It's not easy taking on and keeping a rowdy Pakistani crew in check, but you've done a great job so far. When I was 15 years old, I was driving on the streets of Surrey. I didn't have a license, but I was driving my dad's car, and I was on my way home. My dad didn't know I was driving, but he found out very quick because I got pulled over. And the officer came over to me and he said, license and registration. I had the registration, but I had no license. And I told him, I don't have a license, but I'm only like less than a kilometer away from my house. He's like, that's not good enough. He's like, at the end of it, he gave me a ticket, and he was also going to get my car towed. But during my conversation with him, I convinced him to let me drive home. So I left with a ticket, eventually that my father paid, but I drove from that place less than a kilometer away back to my home. That was my first exposure or experience of politics, the power of persuasion. And if you are absolutely determined and you are focused, you will achieve what you set out to achieve. And that was just by fluke. But what I did was I went home and I started looking. At that time there was no internet, but I did talk to my sister and others to find out what I did and what I experienced there. And that's where I came to know the word persuasion, is that is a very effective tool. That was probably the first time I actually got involved or I started taking an interest in politics, because it was after that I looked at student council and what it required, and I'm like, no, forget about student council, it's a waste of time. I'd rather just go play basketball or fight to get back on the basketball team after I got kicked off. And other things like university and campus clubs, and then being exposed, and I have to give a lot of credit to my father, God bless him, because he wasn't only my father, he was my best friend. And I used to fight to find ways to hang out with him and spend time with him. And because he was so active, alhamdulillah, in the community, I used to go with him. Even if he was gone for the entire day, I would go with him and I'd chat with him when I had moments, and I'd sit there and listen and be a sponge and absorb everything that he experienced, every conversation he had, all the interactions he had throughout the day. And it was during those conversations and those interactions that I learned that we individually face so many struggles and obstacles and issues in life. Life is all about struggles and finding your path, your critical path through these struggles and obstacles. And you are that much more able to conquer your struggles if you build a coalition, people of the same mindset, people who are feeling or going through similar issues. And then you are actually much more effective when you think about the masses and you think about how much more you can do together in a collective sense for a communal purpose. That's what I've been doing for 25 years. I just turned 41. 25 years of my life I've spent in the grassroots, begging, as Uncle Zara, Uncle, thank you so much for your kind words, that Uncle Zara Bhatt was saying. I remember sitting at his house with my dad when Uncle used to live by the Sari Masjid, knocking on his door, I'm membership bana diyo, sign kar diyo, please, we need memberships. We need our community to be active. We need to go and let them know. This was 20 plus years ago. And I still do those things. Because it doesn't matter your evolution, it doesn't matter at what level you perceive yourself to be, and that's the most important thing, is how do you perceive yourself? Irrespective of what others think of you and what others are doing, is how you think about yourself. Don't ever forget those things that brought you the love and that passion and created those things and those tingly feelings inside you, because once you do, you lose your path, you lose your way. And that's what I've been today, as Uncle was saying, is that, you know, I remember when I was growing up in this community, and I'm born and raised in Vancouver, there was only a handful of people that were actually involved or even cared enough to participate at any level of politics. And I'm thinking about Abu Bakr's grandfather, the late Uncle Rasid Ali Khan, my father, Uncle Mahmood, Awan, pioneers of the community, who not only talked about it, and this is the beauty about politics. Politics is nothing if it's not action oriented. Otherwise, it's just thoughts, it's ideas. Politics is action, because until you take action, until you force change, until you do something, politics is in your mind. You can talk about it all day long, but until you do something, it doesn't matter. And that's what we need to, that's what I spend a lot of time talking to our youth, talking to our people in our community about, is that, listen, I don't care where you get involved. Yes, I will tell you where I'm involved, and I'll tell you why I'm involved, where I'm involved. And there is something about persuade. I'll try to persuade you, if you're open to persuasion, to look at things from my point of view. But I'll never kick you in the back or stab you in the back because you chose a different path. And that's what's very important, is that whatever we do it with sincerity, we do it with the right intentions, and please, we don't do things to hurt other people, we don't do things to put down other people, we do things because we want to bring about positive change, we want to bring about positive policy, we want to help others in whatever situation they are at any point in time in their life. I'll stop there because this is too much. I can go on for days and days and days. But thank you for lending me your ears, and thank you for this opportunity.
All right. Very good. Well said. Next time we need to spare that issue.
No, no.
You're welcome. All the best.
Okay.